Hello, good afternoon. Unfortunately, there is a kind of a fight, I would say, between the two parties, the two communities, mostly the Shiites, represented by the Hezbollah and by Amal, and then the other side, some of the Christians. I wouldn't say the whole Christians, because I think that they are the Lebanese forces, militia. And unfortunately, there are so many foreign forces and actors who were playing like years ago to try to bring back Lebanon to the war. And unfortunately, Lebanon is now leaving a kind of an external war on its territory, like the struggle between Iran, the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, by the way, also has been involved also in this situation. And unfortunately, when people are really poor due to the economic and financial crisis, they are very easily manipulated, and there is a kind of a fed up, of this situation, which we can find it right now on the ground with this, this, I would say, maybe a small skirmish that happened today in the capital city of Lebanon.
Very scary to see that footage there from Beirut. Many are saying that the scenes unfolding are reminiscent of that civil war you alluded to. Take us back to that time. Are you seeing some form of history repeating itself? What similarities do you see here?
I don't think so. I would like to tell you why. Because the public opinion of the majority of the Lebanese, they do not want to go back to those very horrible scenes they have suffered over 20 to, I would say, 25 years. And that's why, even though foreign forces or foreign actors, they would like to bring back Lebanon to this situation of war, of civil war, they wouldn't come back to it. Because the war in Lebanon, we have to underline, it was not a war between religions, I would say Christians versus Muslims and whatever. That has been transformed, by the way, and we have assisted to conflicts inside each community when the political parties have been changed and transformed into militias. And in 1990, when the international society decided to stop the war has been stopped with this external decision. That's why I think most of the Lebanese, I would say, in all communities, they don't want to come back to this disaster that destroyed Lebanon during 25 years.
So to that exact point right now, of course, it's a major test for the current Lebanese government. What kind of message are you expecting to hear from Michel Aoun, given the violence that we're seeing right now on the streets earlier in this day?
As you know, I was the advisor for 13 years, one of the advisors of President Aoun in Paris, and I know him very well. And he will never accept that violence actors remains in the streets, and then he is very aware of the coming back, I would say, of the war situation in Lebanon. He's going to call for people, for all Lebanese to stop using force and violence, and if they wish to change something, I mean, maybe to add another, I would say, a judge, because in the Lebanese system, which is very close to the French one, there is an investigation judge, which is Mr. Bitar. And, frankly speaking, I'm speaking like solicitor, a barrister, I mean lawyer, for the people who don't know the difference between barrister and solicitors. In France, for example, for so difficult cases, such the one occurred in Lebanon regarding the explosion of the port of Beirut, we never ask just one judge, to make investigation. We always get 2 or 3 judges to make this kind of investigations. And personally, I was facing also the same problem sometimes in some of my cases. Like last week, I was pleading and I saw that the judge was not impartial in his way how to treat the file. So I asked the president of the court to change the judge. And I think this is the best way to proceed with. And I think that President Aoun is going to call the parties who are not satisfied by the conclusions or by the way how Mr. Bitar is working to request another judge.
Well, we certainly appreciate your reaction and your insight as well. And of course, everyone will be watching to see exactly what does happen with that investigation and, of course, the situation on the ground right now. Dr. Elie Hatem, advisor and legal specialist in international relations, speaking to us from Paris. We so appreciate your time.